guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing another getting ready with me / tag video. You guys seem to really enjoy this last time, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So one of my very dear friends here on YouTube, Maria, her channel is AgapeLoveGirl. She created her own tag called the Boujee Guru tag, and she tagged me to answer the questions. So that is what I'm gonna be doing for you guys today. And basically the questions are all around like luxury makeup and how bougie you are, your buying preferences, etc. She said it was kind of like a little bit of a joke towards the whole like Jaclyn Hill debacle where she signed all of her emails, keep it bougie, so she just thought it would be kind of a little cheeky way to create a tag. And I really enjoyed seeing her answers to these questions. I will definitely link her original video for you guys in the description box of this video so you can check it out. But yeah, I am going to be giving you my answers while we get ready together and I put on this full face of makeup. And I thought it might be a fun twist because we are talking about bouginess today, to use all of the most expensive makeup that I own. So if you want to hear my thoughts on whether or not I think I'm bougie or how bougie my makeup using / preferences are, and you want to see how I made this makeup look, we're about to get into it. So I opted for the sparkly unicorn headband. I felt like in the spirit of being bougie, I mean, what's more bougie than a sparkly unicorn? So I'm not going to be talking too much about what I'm doing or my thoughts on the products that I'm using as I'm getting ready. I will tell you what they are and how much they cost because they're all kind of ridiculously expensive, and I feel like that's kind of the theme of today's video. But if you want to learn my thoughts on a bunch of these products, I am going to be sharing them in a video I will be filming basically as soon as I'm done filming this one. I'm going to be talking all about luxury beauty and what products I think are worth it. So whenever that video is live, I don't know if it will be before or after this one, I will link it for you guys up here in the cards and also put it in the description box in case you'd like to check it out. So on that note, I'm going to be priming my face today with my Ren Perfect Canvas Skin Finishing Serum. This guy is $55, and I will be using my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation, which is $48. So the first question of today's tag is, would you rather buy one expensive or luxury item or buy several items with the same amount of money? Now, in reality, like as far as my actual spending habits go, 9 out of 10 times I would rather buy more stuff for my money than just get one singular expensive product. Like, I honestly don't purchase very expensive products all that often. And when I do, in the back of my mind, I'm usually thinking, oh my goodness, I could have gotten like 5 different things for the price of this one item. Was it really worth it? And there are definitely times where it is, but then there are also times when maybe not so much. It kind of really depends on what the product is and how good it is and how much I want it. Like, I think in general, I'm probably more likely to splurge on skincare than I am on makeup, or that I would find the investment worth it, just because there is so much makeup out there that's amazing, that's very reasonable in price. So I kind of have a hard time dropping a lot of money on a singular makeup item, knowing that I could probably achieve the same look with something at a fraction of the cost. If that one particular product is something really, really super special that I really, really want, then it might be worth it over buying just like a bunch of stuff I'll only kind of like. That's less expensive, you know? So for me, I guess it really kind of depends. But for the most part, I would say I am the kind of person that likes to get a lot of bang for my buck. I think there are a lot of great mid-ranged brands, and that's kind of my sweet spot with beauty. I usually like things that are not quite luxury or high-end, but are like a little bit of a step up from drugstore. That's kind of like where I tend to prefer to make my purchases. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Becca Under Eye Anti-Fatigue Primer. Just the fact that I'm using a separate primer for my under eyes is bougie in and of itself. This guy's $32. And then for concealer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, which is $29. So I feel like my first answer is a great segue into the second question in this tag, which is, when it comes to beauty products, do you believe in the phrase, you get what you pay for? And so obviously, I very much believe that that's not a rule that's always true. There are cases, I would say, where sometimes products are worth the splurge, and there are times when things are very inexpensive for a reason because the ingredients in them are cheaper and they don't perform as well as something high-end. But honestly, I feel like that whole kind of belief is something that's really died out in the last 5 or 6 years. Like, I probably would have agreed with that more circa like 2004, which is more than 4 or 5 years ago, but whatever, you know what I mean. Like, when I was in high school, college, like, makeup was not what it is now. Beauty was not what it is now. I feel like all of the drugstores have really upped their game significantly. So I feel like a decade ago, yes, it was probably worth it to splurge and pick up certain high-end products because they probably did perform better in a lot of cases than stuff you could get at the drugstore. But nowadays, I feel like that is entirely not true at all. I think there are some brands, and especially some up-and-coming indie brands, that have very reasonable price points that are a little bit lower than what you might see at like Sephora or among like really popular high-end brands. And they are amazing, like the quality that they're delivering. My lips are so dry. I needed to remedy that situation. Also, I totally think it's a fallacy that just because something is more expensive means it's better. I've tried some products from like really high-end brands that have been very mediocre. Like, I have this little YSL eyeshadow palette that I got in a goodie bag going to an event in the city, and those eyeshadows were not very pigmented. They were kind of powdery and just like meh. And that little tiny palette with 5 shades was $65. Like, I never would have bought that with my own money. So just because something has a fancy name and fancy packaging does not necessarily mean that the product inside of it is all that great. All right, so to set down my face, I'm going to be using this Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I got it in my BoxyCharm this month, and this guy is $39, which is, it's a lot of money to spend on a powder. So the next question is, what is the most expensive beauty item you've purchased with your own money? That is a good question. Oh my God, this powder is so freaking weird. I've mentioned this in my BoxyCharm try-on video, but it feels wet when you apply it to your skin. It's very bizarre. Most expensive product I have purchased with my own money. Honestly, it might be this guy, which was $55. I did buy this from Sephora with my own money. Actually, it's literally sitting right in front of me. I'm such an idiot. The thing that I probably bought that's more expensive than that serum is this guy, the Huda Beauty New Nude Palette, which we're literally about to use in like 5 minutes. This I did buy full price, and it was $65. So this may definitely be the most expensive makeup product that I've ever purchased, possibly the most expensive beauty product I've ever purchased as well. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I did spend like $100-something once, like 7 or 8 years ago, on a set of Sephora Pro brushes with like a brush belt. They were on sale. They were regularly like 200 something, and I got them for maybe like 130. So that probably actually was my most expensive beauty purchase. I don't have those brushes anymore, actually. I think I've given a lot of them away. I do still have the brush belt, though. It comes in real handy when I'm going to do makeup for other people, for like weddings and stuff, for friends. I don't like do it professionally, but like I'll sometimes get to play makeup artist and do makeup for people in my life. So when I'm packing up to be on the go, the brush belt, it's very handy. Now, funny enough, I actually don't own any like super bougie bronzers. The most expensive bronzer I own is the Kiko Ocean Feel bronzer that I just picked up. That one retails for $28, and I actually got it for $14. I got it at half price, so I didn't even spend that much money on it, so I don't even really think about it as being super luxury. So for today, I figured I would use this guy, which is the new Wander Beauty Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. So this is $36 for a blush and a bronzer, which when you break it down per product is really not that bougie, but it's still kind of up there, so I figured this fit well enough. And what's insane is that this product here costs more than this guy. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Prosecco Pop. This is $38, so we're gonna use this as a highlight today. So question number 4 is, are you willing to buy products at the full price, or do you usually wait it out for a sale or a discount code? So my mama raised me to be a sale shopper through and through. When I was a little kid, I used to sit with her on Sundays, clip coupons out of the paper. I definitely started doing that when I moved out and was on my own. I'm always looking for a bargain. If anything though, I will say I've actually tried to cut back a little bit on buying things just because they're on sale. I think that can be also equally a problem as like buying things full price. Like if you're buying stuff just because the price is good and not because you need it, you're still wasting your money just as much as you might be wasting your money buying something full price because you just don't want to wait an extra month or week or two for it to go on sale, you know? So I do love a bargain. I do love a discount. I am all about the Ulta rewards program. I have the Ulta credit card, so I use that to buy like my groceries and pay my cable bill. So every month I get Ulta points just for buying stuff that I need, and I pay the balance off in full, so I don't ever have to pay like any fees or interest or anything. And then I just let those sit and accrue, and then when I get 2,000 points, I go on a little shopping spree and get a bunch of stuff for essentially no money. I actually just placed an order yesterday with Ulta points. I got the new Jackie Aina palette. I got that Flesh foundation. I'm like really excited for that to come in. I think it'll hopefully be here on Sunday. But yeah, I am all about trying to get as much bang for my buck as possible. I really don't like just going out and paying full price for something if I don't have to, because odds are, especially in today's day and age, there will be a sale, there will be a coupon, so I try my very best to be patient. I think it's hard sometimes in the beauty industry because, especially as someone that has a more review-based channel, there's a lot of pressure to buy things like as soon as they come out and get them basically regardless of what the price is, pay extra money for shipping, etc., which I feel like if you have the finances to do that, like all the more power to you. But if you are someone that's on a budget and doesn't really have the money to just be throwing around, it's kind of hard. It's a trade-off. You have to ask yourself, like, do I buy this and spend more money just to get the review out? Or do I think more like a regular consumer? Do I wait for a coupon or a sale or something so I can save myself some money? And honestly, I think that as far as my shopping tendencies go, like I definitely buy more than the average consumer, being somebody that has a channel, but I definitely think more or shop more like a regular consumer as far as not running out and buying things right away and being more likely to wait until I have points, to wait until there's a coupon or a sale or something like that. I will say also, there is something so satisfying about getting like a really good deal. I feel like so victorious if I go to CVS and I walk out with a bag full of makeup and I only spent $5. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels that way. Definitely leave a comment down below and let me know if you are someone that also gets like an extreme amount of satisfaction over getting like a really good deal on something. All right, so I'm going to do my brows and get my eyelids prepped for shadow. I'm gonna be using the iconic London eyebrow cushion. I love this thing, but it's $40 freaking for a brow product. Like, that's insane. And then just to be extra bougie, I'm gonna set my eyebrows with this Brow Food Clear Brow Enhancing Gel Fix. This guy is $24. And then we're busting out the NARS eye primer, which is $26. So question number 5 is, where do you shop for beauty products the most? So I definitely alternate between quite a few places. Like, I don't do all my shopping at Ulta. I don't do all my shopping at Sephora, mainly because there are so many different brands I like to shop from, and there is not one singular like place that carries all of them. And also, as you can tell, I really enjoy both drugstore and high-end products. So I definitely shop a lot at like CVS for makeup, Bed Bath & Beyond, less so Target because I feel like their prices ultimately end up not being like that much better than Ulta's, and if I can use coupons at Ulta, like I'm ultimately going to save more money. Same thing with CVS. And then I also will shop directly from brand websites on occasion as well, especially if the products that I want aren't carried at Sephora or Ulta or a place like Target or Walmart. So like ColourPop, for example, I definitely will order from the ColourPop website. Fortunately, shipping is free, I think, on orders over $30, not $50, so it's not like as insane to place an order from their website. As you guys probably are now well aware, I prefer shopping at Ulta because of the reward system and because I can use points and I'm able to essentially get a lot of bang for my buck there. But not every brand is carried there. They're definitely adding a lot more. I'm so excited that Nabla is now there. They also are now carrying Zoeva products, which is really, really cool. But I think as far as like especially skincare goes, I really prefer Sephora's selection of skincare. Like they have Pharmacy, Drunk Elephant, Tatcha. Like there are a lot of really nice skincare brands that you can only get at Sephora. So I feel like, you know, I definitely still shop at Sephora for those brands. Jouer, Fenty, Laura Mercier, Ren, like there are actually quite a few brands that I enjoy there. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, I don't really play favorites with like any one particular brand, any one particular retailer. It's kind of all about what I feel like trying and where I need to go to get my hands on it. All right, so for eyes, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. This is the most expensive eyeshadow palette that I own at $65. And it is one of my favorites because I love me some good pink and purple tones. So we're going to be playing with this today. And then I also figured I'd bring out the big guns and put on my most expensive lashes that I own. These are velour lashes. They are mink lashes. They're in the style see-through. These guys are $29 a pair. And I'm going to be putting them on with my Esquito lash glue. This is $10. It's expensive for lash glue, but it's really good. And then I'll be also using the Tarte's Double Take eyeliner, which is $24. This guy, though, is actually a better value than you would think because it does have a felt tip pen and a gel pen all in one. So I kind of think for the money, it's actually a pretty good deal. So question number 6 is, how often do you get your nails and or hair done? So I am the absolute worst when it comes to this kind of stuff. As you can clearly see, my nails are not done at all. I have not been to a nail salon in years. I do like doing my own nails, and I will do them on occasion. I just get super lazy, or rather, I get super busy and then I don't make the time to do my nails always. The Impress press-on nails are like the best thing ever for people who lead busy lives and don't have time to sit and let their nail polish fully dry before they do things, because they're basically like, you know, you press them on and go. I actually do need to put on another set of those. I just have not done it yet. But I don't know. I have been to nail salons when I was younger. I used to go more often. I do like the kind of experience of getting your nails done. But I will say this much. My mom got a really bad infection after getting a pedicure at her regular nail salon. And, you know, she thought that they were using like perfectly hygienic practices, but it's not always the case. Honestly, sometimes it kind of skews me out. And also, I just feel like it's an added expense that I really don't have the money for. Like, I would rather use the money I would spend getting my nails done to buy a new product to review. And especially because of the upkeep, like, it's not a thing that I usually splurge on. I do really like the look of nails when they're done. Like, I'm all about it. I'm into it. Again, I just haven't really made it a thing that fits in my budget. Also, just as like a random little thing, a random little aside that I always think about, and I never have talked about on my channel, but I do believe that the UV lights they use to cure your nails, whether you're getting gel or you're just getting regular polish, it's not good for your skin. I mean, essentially, you're sticking your hand inside of a mini tanning bed, and apparently, like, you can get melanoma on your hands. It's not a good situation. And I think about that, like people who go every 2 weeks to get manicures and pedicures, who stick their hands in those little UV things, like it cannot be good for your skin. It's not like you're applying SPF after you have your little massage and get your nails painted, you know? So yeah, I would usually rather just do it at home, save myself the money, save myself the anxiety, but I should be better about actually doing it more regularly than I do. And then as for my hair, I'm the worst. Now, I don't color my hair. I honestly have not colored my hair since I was like 18 years old, and I'm 32 now. So at this point, my hair is pretty much all virgin hair. I am starting to see a few grays, which sucks. So eventually I will probably color it, but for now they're not super noticeable, and I really don't care enough to get into that cycle because coloring your hair and keeping on top of it can be very expensive. And if your homegirl cannot afford right now to have her nails done every 2 weeks, I can definitely not afford to have my hair cut and colored every 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever the upkeep would be. I have been trying to keep up with my shorter haircut though, like Previously, I would be super lazy and just kind of let my hair grow out because, again, getting haircuts, it's expensive. Like, especially once you tip, you're easily spending $60, $70 just for, you know, a haircut, wash, kind of blow dry. So now I try to go like maybe every 2 months or so. It kind of depends. Like, my hair doesn't grow super fast, thankfully, so I don't need to cut it often to maintain the length, but like I am starting to get a little bit longer here. Like, I might want to trim it up a little bit before the summer is over just to keep the length shorter for the next couple of months. But yeah, that is not a thing that I ever have really treated myself to or been able to spend a whole lot of money on. Haircuts are kind of out of necessity, not out of like just wanting to like look really awesome and having the luxury to go out and do it as often as I would like. Question number 7 is, do you prefer short or long nails? So I would say that I prefer, I guess it depends on what your definition of short and long is. I cannot handle super long nails. I just feel like functionally I would have a very difficult time with them. I had been wearing some press-on gel nails from Kiss that were described as a medium length, and those were pretty much as long as I think I would ever be comfortable going. It just makes it that much harder for me to type, and like, my dad just called me and now I completely lost my train of thought and I'm like, what was I talking about? I think we were talking about nails and if I like long or short nails. And I generally prefer shorter nails, but not like stumpy. Right now, mine are pretty short and usually I have to cut them down quite a bit if I'm going to put the impressed nails on, because you don't want your real nails to be like poking out from underneath the impressed ones, and like my natural nail beds are pretty big, but I would say like the length of the regular impressed press-ons are perfect for me. Like, you have a little something, but it's not too much. Okay, so question number 8 is, which makeup brush brand is your favorite? I feel like this is like asking a parent which of your children is your favorite. Like, that's mean. Maria, that's a tough question. I honestly don't have like a singular favorite makeup brush brand. I really do genuinely use brushes from quite a few. Like, even just now, I think I've used 3 Moda brushes, an MOTD brush, a Luxie brush, Wet n Wild, Beauty Junkies, and Wander Beauty. So that gives you an idea. Like, I do really love Moda brushes. Genuinely, I've been using them for years. I've done sponsored videos with them. I just think they make really great brushes at an affordable price point. So for people that don't have the money or don't want to spend the money on more expensive luxury brushes, I think they're a really great option. But on the higher end, like, I do really love my Sigma brushes, my Luxie brushes, the MOTD Cosmetics brushes. I honestly find myself reaching for all of the time. So it's really hard for me to like pick a singular favorite because I do genuinely use all of them. Like, I rotate through my brushes all the time. If I was being forced to like make a choice, I would say I probably do prefer my luxury brushes for my eyes. I just feel like as far as the cuts and shapes go of like Luxie and Sigma, they have a little more to offer than Moda does. I think you can create a beautiful look with like the Moda brushes, but I would say I probably prefer Moda's face brushes over their eye brushes. I think their face brushes are beautiful and they have so many nice different shapes and they're really soft and they wash well and they blend everything really well. But I don't know, I don't have like a one-stop shop with brushes. I don't really only use one brand, and I can't say that I only use luxury or only use like Drugstore, because I really do honestly use them both. Question number 9 is, do you use high-end or drugstore mascara? So today we're going to be using the Lancome Monsieur Big, which is $25, and I will say this is probably one of my favorite mascaras ever, and it is expensive, but in general, I'm definitely a drugstore mascara girl over a high-end one. Like, I just can't help it. I really do feel like you don't need to spend $20-something on mascara. There are plenty of really great ones from the drugstore, and considering that mascara is one of the products that expires most quickly. It doesn't make sense to me to spend that much money on mascara. I think you're much better off spending less than 10 bucks on something and then not feeling guilty throwing it away after 3 months. As far as my favorite brands for drugstore mascara, I love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think Essence makes bomb mascaras. I don't have any of them on hand right now, but the one that's like black and white and orange packaging, I think it's like the False Lash Effect Dramatic Volume Unlimited, I think is what it's called. That mascara is like $5-6 and it's amazing. I know so many people also love Lash Princess. And the Catrice Rock Couture Volume Mascara, that one's also amazing. So yeah, I am a drugstore mascara girl through and through. Like, I'll definitely test out the high-end stuff, especially if it's sent to me or I get it in a subscription box. But as far as what I'm buying with my own money, 9 times out of 10, it's drugstore. All right, so question number 10. Think of your favorite makeup brand. Is it drugstore, high-end, or luxury? This is, again, a really tough question because I feel like I don't have a favorite makeup brand. Like, I can't just pick one. As I mentioned before, I would say that my sweet spot with makeup is like the mid-ranged price point. Like, I really love brands like Dose of Colors, Persona, Pixie Beauty, that make cosmetics that feel and perform like things that are luxury or very high-end, but aren't quite as expensive. I definitely don't have like a singular favorite makeup brand though. Like, I use so many different things from so many different price points. Like, I have tons of Maybelline products and I really love them a lot. I have tons from Too Faced, really enjoy them also, and they are very different price points. I have definitely been getting more into indie brands like Persona and Dose of Colors, and I love supporting especially female-founded brands. So like, I don't know. I definitely would say I'm not a luxury person at all. Like, I don't really own anything from like Chanel or Dior, La Mer, like really expensive brands I don't purchase from pretty much ever. And then everything else is like a pretty even healthy mix of high-end, drugstore, and something in between. All right, so I'm going to pop these falsies on. It's gonna take me a little bit for the glue to set, but then I'll be right back for the last question. And lips. You know, I don't love that these lashes or mink or that they're $29, but they are so freaking beautiful. Like, they are one of my favorite pair of lashes I've ever owned. On my eye shape and with my size of my eyes, I feel like they are freaking perfect. I would love it if Velour made them in like a faux mink version. That would be excellent. All right, so to finish things up on my lips, I'm going to be using this lip liner from Huda Beauty. This is their lip contour pencil in Muse. And then the most bougie lipstick I've ever purchased, the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine. This is in the shade Pink in Paris. And I entirely bought this because everyone on YouTube raved about it, and the packaging is absolutely stunning, but yeah, 100% not worth my $37. So the final question of this tag is, considering your answers to these questions, do you think you're bougie? So I would say, as a person in the beauty space on YouTube, I'm not a bougie person. Like, I think that compared to maybe the average person, like, I have thousands of dollars worth of makeup and beauty products in my home, so I feel like that kind of automatically disqualifies me from calling myself not bougie. So I guess this is kind of one of those things that's like, it's comparative. I don't get my hair and nails done. I don't buy a lot of like bougie luxury products. Like, I really still am a budget girl at heart, and I think I always will be. But I love beauty so much. I love makeup and skincare and brushes and all of this stuff, so I definitely have way more than any one person needs. I enjoy kind of a high maintenance makeup routine, even though I don't do it every single day. So I guess I would say, like, I don't know, to me it's almost like playing dress up when you're a kid. To me it's like, I like stepping into the bougie, I like to have fun and play around with luxurious things, but I don't feel like it's essential in my life. Like, I don't think of myself as being a high maintenance person. Like, I'm perfectly happy going out of the house with no makeup on. I don't feel self-conscious at all. I don't wear makeup every single day. I don't need to get like dressed up to the nines all the time, but I like to have the option to when I'm in the mood, you know? I find it fun to like play dress up and doll myself up. Alright guys, so those are all of my answers to the Boujee Guru tag. Thank you so much to Maria for coming up with this and for tagging me. I had a lot of fun answering your questions. And just in case you're curious, I mean, you might not be, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The total value of all the products I just put on my face is $608. And that doesn't include brushes. That's a lot of money, and I don't think you need to spend that much money to get a full face of makeup, but if you were curious what all of the most expensive makeup in my collection looks like, here you go. So I would love to hear your answers to this tag. If you're also a YouTube creator, I tag you guys to go ahead and make your own version of this video. And if you're not, just leave a comment and let me know what your answers to this tag are. You want to answer all 11? Go for it. If you just have a couple or you want to just generally sum it up, do you think you're bougie or not when it comes to your beauty preferences? I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you will consider giving it a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your support so much. And if you're new, and this is the first time you are seeing me, I hope you will consider clicking that subscribe button so my face will show up in your subscription feed the next time you're on YouTube. And now I've got to like clean all this up and reset for filming that luxury beauty video that I mentioned earlier. So if that has not already gone up, it will be going up soon. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the most expensive products in my entire beauty collection, hair, skincare, makeup, etc., that will be coming your way very soon if it hasn't already. And yeah, on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.